what has happened in 2020 during the Summer of Love. The Guardian writes, at least 25 Americans were killed during protests and political unrest in 2020. Hmm. Black Lives Matter protester shoots SUV driver in Provo, Utah. A Black Lives Matter protester turned violent in Utah Monday evening when a masked man shot an SUV driver and then put a second round through the victim's rear window. All right. U.S. Army sergeant who shot Austin protester Garrett Foster posted tweets about retaliating against demonstrators. One dead amid a gunfire at dueling downtown Denver rallies. One person has died, and another man who 9 News confirmed was a private security guard contracted by them is now in custody after shooting during dueling protests Saturday in downtown Denver. The incident occurred after a man participating in what was billed a patriot rally sprayed mace at another man. And then the man shot the individual with the handgun near the courtyard. That's a fucking big escalation to go from fucking bear spray to shooting somebody. And they got pictures here, man. So obviously that guy right there, he has the mace, and he's getting into a confrontation with that guy. This guy's trying to split him up. That's not the dude that shoots him. We go over here. That's the guy that shoots him. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if he attacked him first, but obviously we're seeing this guy slap that dude, right? All right. And then in an attempt to distance himself, he sprays the mace, and this guy pulls out his fucking gun and shoots him. Just walk away. Just walk away. Jesus. Just walk away. Let's continue on. Man shot dead in Portland as protesters clash with counter-protesters. A man shot dead in downtown Portland, Oregon on Saturday night as supporters of President Donald Trump and Black Lives Matter protesters clashed, police said. All right. Jessica Dottie Whitaker, what we know about the fatal shooting of the Indianapolis mother. The fatal July 5th shooting of a 24-year-old Jessica Dottie Whitaker in downtown Indianapolis has garnered international attention since her family said the violence was sparked by an utterance of a racial slur and a disagreement over the statement Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. So, doesn't exist, huh? Now, I guess you could say those events took place years ago. Yeah, this is no longer the atmosphere in America currently. Well, you're wrong. Political factions have been clashing, but since the early 2000s, we have been subjugated to a 24-hour news cycle. That makes news from a month ago appear like it happened decades ago. So let's refresh the memory here, huh? Protests are staged in front of the Supreme Court judges' homes in an attempt to sway the judge's decision on the overturning of Roe after the SCOTUS leak. This is illegal, and the Maryland District Attorney does nothing while prominent Democrats encourage and applaud protesters. Roe v. Wade was overturned at the end of spring, sparking protests and unrest across the country and widening the divide between right and left. A man visits Brett Kavanaugh's home and is arrested after being discovered with torture devices. His plan was to kidnap and torture Brett Kavanaugh. Radical groups who protested at the homes of the Supreme Court justices set fire to pregnancy crisis centers. The Justice Department has turned the FBI against the enemies of the liberal left. They raided Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Steve Bannon was arrested and perp-walked. Within a week, the DOJ issued 40 subpoenas to the members of Trump's inner circle. The FBI seized the phones of Rudy Giuliani, Victoria Tunsing, Michael McDonald, Scott Perry, John Eastman, Jeffrey Clark, Boris Epstein, Mike Roman, and Mike Lindell. Those are 9 of Trump's close associates. Now, and everything I just said has all happened within the last 6 months.